Hi, good afternoon. I've got the lights on because it's a very gloomy, dreary day, even though it's not even 4 o'clock in the afternoon yet. So I hope you can see me okay. Well, today I don't really have a lot to show you. I'm still completing my jacket for myself while I'm waiting for people to make their mind up about colours. I'm doing it all in one piece. So although it looks enormous, I'm sad to say that it only just fits me. That's where I'm up to. I'm almost up to the division for the armholes on that. I can't show you a pattern really because it's sort of in there. I'm following a general idea of a pattern that I did once before that has one button in the centre and there's a V-neck, but it just bears a passing resemblance because the one I did before was double knitting and this one's Aran in cotton that I bought whenever ago. What I thought I'd chat to you today about is most of you who've been following me for quite a while know all about me and who I am, but I thought there's a few newbies and recently I thought who haven't got a clue. Right, first of all, I'm Jan. I'm 69 years old. I live by myself apart from my dog Buster. And, oh, where's the little one gone? And the little one lives behind me somewhere that I look after 2 or 3 days a week. My son lives away, so I do see him now and again. I've got 2 nieces. The younger one has 2 children. A 3-year-old and a young baby about 2 or 3 months old. My son married into a ready-made family, so I've got 3 grandchildren, well, grown-up grandchildren really, and at the moment I've got 2 great-granddaughters, but as there's 3 grandchildren they could increase at any given moment, so but again I don't see much of them because it's understandable really, because they were grown up when my son married into the family, so I'm not exactly, you know, grandma, am I really? I'm just sort of Jan. Right, about me. I've always knitted and crocheted from as far back as I can remember. Well, knitting, I've knitted from being a tiny child, but crochet, I taught myself to crochet about the age of 13. My mum had wool shop. She had first 1 wool shop, and then as I grew up and joined her in the wool shop, we finished up with 3. And then the recession hit. Well, first of all, one was compulsory purchased. I don't really have that in America. When they decide they want to build something on the land that your shop is sitting on, they do what they call a compulsory purchase. And it means they give you a fraction of what the actual building is worth, and you're expected to accept it and go on your merry way. Which was a bit of upsetting for my mum because they actually lived in this shop, the first one, so what they gave them was not enough money to buy another house or anything, so it was very upsetting. So then we were down to 2, and we had 2 for quite a long time, and then mum and dad got older and became ill and different things, and subsequently died, so we finished up selling one of them, so I was down to 1. And then the recession hit and people stopped knitting. I mean, if there was the days of the internet like there is now, then I could have maybe carried on, you know, with the business online. But we're talking, what, in the 90s, when the internet wasn't like it is now, you know, for selling and buying and selling and things. So I closed it and went to work for the job centre, which I worked for until I retired at 60 because I had spinal problems. Had operations on my spine, I've had operations on my knees, and then I also need another spinal operation, but that's another story. My health is an ongoing concern, which you probably know about because even if you're a newbie, I've talked about that recently. What else is there about me? Oh, I've got my Etsy shop, which is Urban Gypsy Crochet. I've also got Facebook in my own name, which is Jan Carruthers. Oh, there goes an alarm. And I've also got one which is Urban Gypsy Crochet. Or is it Urban Gypsy? I don't know, it's one of the 2. Right, I wrote myself a few notes here. What was I going to try to say today? Oh, I wore my Doc Martens for the first time. I actually got them on my legs. And they do fit me now because the cobbler or the shoe mender did a remarkable job on stretching them, so they fit me wonderful. Well, everybody's been doing lists of what they want to do and what their aims are and their goals are. I mean, Erin give me yarn 418. She produces so much stuff. She makes me feel like I'm stopped, you know. And I'm retired now. I should have so much time to do things, but I'm so disorganised. Absolutely. Of course, my back does hurt when I start to do things, so I tend to stop. And so one of my New Year's resolutions, or revolutions as Ariane used to call them, is to try and be a bit more organised, to divide my day up a bit better, get my chores done, stop procrastinating and being on. I go and look on Ravelry, I go and look on Etsy, I look on Pinterest, and before I know it, it's like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm still sitting there sometimes in my pyjamas, you know, and I'm thinking, I've got to be more organised. You know, if I'm going to make a success of my, well, I'll never make a success of my business, you know what I'm saying, but if I'm ever to sell enough stuff to make myself a little bit of money, and it is a little bit, believe me, then I need to, I just thought I got my cardigan on inside out, but I haven't. Then I need to spend more, organise my time better. Because I'm here all day and I should be sitting here doing something. Of course I can't do that because I've got arthritis in the hands and I have to keep stopping anyway, but I could do a lot more than I actually do. What have I got on here? Yeah, I started making the YouTube videos. I should really put my glasses on, shouldn't I? I can read what I'm doing. I started doing the YouTube videos, not because I actually wanted lots and lots of people to watch me, but I got fed up with Ravelry and taking photographs and Flickr and taking photographs, writing things down. It was taking so much of my time. So I started YouTube merely as a diary to myself, actually, you know, to remind myself what I'd made and what I was doing that time of day, you know, things that happened in my life, like when the, you know, my great nieces were born, great nephew, sorry, and then my great niece was born, things like that, you know, putting things like as milestones in my life, yeah. What's new with me now? Oh, I've got sort of a lot of ideas in the pipeline with watching Pinterest and that. I have to be careful of trying not to be a copyist. I don't think I need my glasses on now for this. Try not to be a copyist. Although I'm influenced by people's styles and that, I do like to do things my way. I do follow patterns, yeah, I do sometimes, but most of the time I look at something and look at the picture on the front and think, I'd do that different. So that's why I'm always hesitant when people say, which pattern did you use? Because I sort of looked at a pattern and I sort of, but occasionally I do it from start to finish, and if I do, then I will tell you. Yeah, I'm influenced by a lot of people, you know, like I said before, Mizzy Morowitz and Jen, I think it's pronounced Cherry, although it's Xerri. The way they use colour and the way they do things. And then of course there's Prudence Mapstone, who does all the freeform crochet, which I'm still in the process of learning. I mean, I may have been crocheting all these years, but there are so many things that I have never done. So many things that I should learn to at least do. I've tried Tunisian crocheting, but I'm not that good at it really. I don't know what I do wrong, but mine seems to come out too wide and not tall enough, so it comes out like a brick, you know. Of course, if I make my hooks larger, then it comes out mega wide to get the tension going upwards. I still haven't fathomed out what I do wrong with that. My friend Sue, you know, the enabler, as I call her, the one who eggs me on when I'm buying things, she, what was I going to say then? Oh yeah, she's joining me on Urban. They've changed the rulings on Etsy now, so you can be like a company or you can have people working for you, it says. Was it made by you, or was it made by somebody working for you? Well, she won't be working for me. That's wrong. We're just going to do a what do you call it? Conglomeration? No, it's not that. Cooperation? No. Anyway, we're going to be in together as Urban Gypsy Crochet. So she's going to be making some shawls and things, and she does make some fantastic looking shawls. So there will be more things being added to my Etsy Urban Gypsy page. I've also got a friend of mine who's going to be a live model for me for some of my things, which is great. So I won't say I'm going to retire Paris, but it would be nice to have somebody of a younger generation than me modelling them. I mean, the type of people that I'm aiming at are not 69, fat, frumpy. You know, I want them to look a bit more trendy. So I wanted somebody a bit younger to model them for me. What have I got now? Oh yeah, one of my resolutions is to keep going into my stash room, which I'm not going to show you because it's ridiculous. It really is ridiculous. But bear in mind, it's a business stash. It's not a personal stash, a business stash. And be more alert of what I've actually got in there to use up, instead of keep thinking, oh, I need to buy this or I need to buy that, when I really, really don't need to do it. It's just the fact that my stash room is the third bedroom in the house, and in England my house is quite small. It's classed as a 3-bedroom house, but I mean all of my downstairs would probably fit in a US lounge. We have smaller houses in the UK. So my stash room is the third bedroom, which is probably about as big as one of your walk-in closets, you know. So it's very hard to keep tabs on things because everything's so squashed in. But I'm not doing a video and I'm not telling people what I've got in there, because some people have been doing that on Facebook. And you know, the people got really nasty comments like, you know, you don't need to buy any more yarn, you've got too much already. Not to me, they've been doing it to other people, so I think I'm not going to lay myself open to that kind of abuse, really. I mean, it's up to the person who has the stash. It's up to them if they buy it. If they have too much, it's up to them. It's their problem, their decision, whatever you want to call it. I mean, I don't smoke, I rarely drink, I don't gamble, apart from I do have an odd pound on the lottery now and again. I stay in, so I can't go to the cinema, I don't socialise, I don't go in the pubs or anything like that. So, I mean, if I choose to spend my money on the stash, then it's my personal decision. And it's the same with a lot of people on Ravelry that have got large stashes. You don't know the reason why they've got it. And I think it's so wrong of people to be so nasty by saying, don't you think you've got enough? There's one comment I read today. She said she was tidying up her stash because she wanted to go to a sale at Joann's or something. And this person put on, don't you think you've got enough? You should use what you've got first. I'm thinking, what's it got to do with you? You know, what's it got to do? The person who's buying it, if she can afford to go shopping and she can afford to buy it, that's her decision, you know. So that's my soapbox bit for today. My other sort of goal this year is to start reading the books of crochet I've got on a regular basis, so that I get in my head actually what's in them. Because many, many times I come across things and I think, I didn't even know I got that pattern, because it goes into the back of your mind, and forget it. So that's one of my goal things. I think that's really about all I was going to say, really. Except I hope I'm going to be producing some more different things. I hope my brain starts working, thinking about new things to make. If you wonder what I'm wearing, it's a Doris Chan, by the way. The cotton was given to me by Sue, the enabler, ages ago. And there wasn't quite enough to do long sleeves, so I finished up with 3/4 sleeves. But it's ideal for wearing over a dress. And my jewellery is one of my usual costume stroke junk jewellery, whatever it is. Anyway, I don't know whether you can see my little one is here. Well, he's not my little one, he belongs to my neighbour. He's had a very exciting day today. And there's Mr. Grump, who's doing a growl. I don't know what he's growling at. They've had a very exciting day today. The men across the road have been repairing the telegraph pole, and they've been on one of those lift things, you know, that goes up and down. And then the window cleaner came with, you know, that long brush thing to clean the windows with, and that upset them both. And then I've had 2 deliveries. Not wool, not wool. They're still delivering bits and pieces that I ordered for Buster's Christmas presents after Christmas. There was another blanket that came today for him. And then the postman came, just delivering the electric bill. Not very exciting. But at least it wasn't the credit card bill. Look on small mercies, yeah. So, what else was... Oh yeah, no, about 2 or 3 dogs have gone past today, with their owners, not on their own. Which Gigi's took exception to, you know, like they're not allowed to walk up and down the street, you know. It's his street. So that's about it. I'm now going to go and wash dishes. It's now 4 o'clock in the afternoon and I haven't washed the dishes. That's another, you know, of my bad habits. I've got quite a few bad habits. One of them is I'm desperately untidy. 2 of them is I won't wash up unless I feel as though I've got enough to put in the sink to wash up. I don't believe in like filling the hot water and filling it up and just washing 2 plates and a cup, you know. So my bad habit is leaving things until I've sort of run out of everything and then I wash up. I really could do with a dishwasher, but my kitchen is so minute. It's like a galley. It's just a little square. So if I stood there I could probably touch all corners at once, you know. I mean, I do. The only thing I'm envious about, like when I watch other videos, is people have such large rooms. And my house is going to be permanently untidy because it's so tiny. You know, I can't spread out anywhere. I wish I could, but it is so small. Oh, man, I should be grateful I've got a house, shouldn't I? There's a lot of people in this world who are homeless, bless them. So I should be grateful I've actually got a small house. But at least I've got a roof over my head. Anyway, having said all that, and probably boring you to death with my bit of the story of my life. Not all of it, of course, because you wouldn't want to know all that. Another bit I forgot to tell you was I was married. I was actually married for 21 years. But it was the old story, really. We got married too young, and we were 2 different people. And although we gave it our best shot, it wasn't destined to be. And we still speak to each other. I don't see him much because, of course, he's got another family now. And, yeah, there's no animosity. There was at first, I think. But as you get older, it's just too much hassle to be bitter, you know, about things, isn't it, really? I mean, I've been unmarried longer than I was actually married, I think. Or it might be about level. No, I think I've slightly been unmarried longer than I was married. Because my son's almost 46. Yeah, I have. I've been unmarried longer. Didn't get divorced for quite a long time, but I've been unmarried, yeah. Anyway, that's it. I really am going. It's dark, it's dismal, and I've got to go and wash the dishes. And it's not filling me with any kind of excitement whatsoever. And then after that, I must describe what we're having for our tea. I haven't even gone and looked. I've forgotten to defrost something out of the freezer, so it'll be lucky dip, really. But if in doubt, there's always beans on toast or an omelette. Anyway, hope you're having a nice start to your new year. So bye for now.